Good afternoon, roller derby fans, and welcome to this fifth game of the European Regional Championships here in Malmö, Sweden. I'm Billy Nosecates.
And I am Gretchen Little, and we have a barn burner for you right now. The battle for French supremacy is essentially, Billy. We've got Paris, who you may have seen earlier today, taking on the nothing Toulouse All-Star team from roller derby Toulouse.
If you're wondering what the noise is, that's Paris right there.
Yeah.
And we have the fabulous Sven doing production for us in this game as well. So we'll be using some.
We've got an all-star cast up here, and there's an all-star assembly of skaters as well. Just recapping the last year in these two teams' lives, Toulouse took a slight win, 186-151 in November at the Euro Cup. And then Paris came back with a 4-point win in February of 2024. And then in April, Toulouse counter-punched again at French Championships, taking a 175-103 victory. This is a quarterfinal game. The winner will take on London versus we'll take on the winner of London versus Antwerp.
So let's just go through the rosters really quickly. Roller Derby Toulouse, team Nothing Toulouse, 007 Mac, number 018 Kata, number 06 Champagne, number 19 is Sweeney, 191 Missy Hammer, number 193 La Chute, number 202 Billy the Keat, number 28 Baboon, number 43 Psychodelicat, number 49 is Trash Panda, number 64 is Jackie Decoeur, number 72 Nina Backdraft, number 747 Lilov, number 82 Very Bad Sheep, and number 999 is Boule.
For Paris, we've got number 12 La Moche, number 1395 Leg Cité, number 141 Bonnie Tagul, number 180 Masha Mushi, number 17 Lux, number 22 Rosianne, number 4950 Star Facuz. We've got Bully Bunker, Cass, Louvre, Sally Broyeur, Gypsy Queen, Guinness Paltrow, and Kiki Frenetique. We are underway. First lead going to Toulouse.
And that's Trash Panda with the star for Toulouse, coming around to approach the pack on a first scoring pass. But it is Leg Cité with the star for Paris, also now coming into scoring position. Trash Panda managed to call that jam before Legs had a chance to put any points on the board. First blood of the game goes to Toulouse with 4 points.
Jumping right up to that sucker punch skate shop start line. We've got La Moche for Paris taking on Sweeney, the captain for Toulouse. Nobody in the penalty box so far. That was a quick jam, Billy.
It really was, yeah. Hit it and quit it, I think, is going to be
the order of the day. Well, great minds think alike. Paris getting out. Here we go, La Moche.
I wonder how much Paris are going to be able to take to the track today, because this morning they played the first game against Dock City, and it was a heck of a game.
It took all Paris had, quite frankly. Nice spin for La Moche, going to call the jam. Nothing for Toulouse. Not all 4, however, just 3 for Paris. So Toulouse hanging on to that lead tenuously right now.
We had a star pass, the first one of the game, in that last jam with the pivot taking the star.
And a couple of penalties, 1 blocker on each team. So the Jammers will start against a 3-on-3 pack.
You know why that is?
Why is that?
It's because you said the penalty box was empty. The 888 penalty box filling up a little bit at the moment.
Kata out in front, lead jammer. Legs through as well.
Legs was one of the higher scoring jammers in the first game this morning against Dock City.
Yeah, just one of those jammers that's sort of an irresistible force. Toulouse going to run this jam. Interesting call right now. You got to wonder whether the Toulouse staff looked at that first game and said, Paris may not have the legs, no pun intended, to go all out for 60 minutes, maybe trying to push the cardio in the early going.
It's not a bad theory. I think it might well be partly on their mind, but I think it was also about burning the penalties having a slight advantage.
And
Very slight advantage.
Yeah.
5 points going up on the board for Roller Derby Toulouse in that last jam, and 4 to Paris.
And that AAA penalty box is now empty once again, Billy, as we get going. It is a 9-7 advantage for Toulouse.
Very quick jams, except the last jam did kind of run a little bit longer.
Oh, Cass!
Oh, Cass.
Going down, but still in bounds. Wonderful body control from Cass, pushing the outward boundary of the pack. Lead jammer Paris.
Mac is also out of the pack, and both jammers now coming around for the first scoring pass.
This is high octane roller derby in the early going.
So it looks like 2 points apiece going up for both jammers. Track repair staff are getting younger and younger these days. Look at that.
Aren't they, though? We were having a nice conversation at lunch about a couple of our announced team actually were born into roller derby.
Right.
And, we're getting second and third generations. It's a wonderful thing.
That's Jacques Decoeur with the jammer star for Nothing to Lose up against Lamoche for Paris.
Lamoche pushing towards the front. Oh, can't quite get it. Nice work.
So really
Boy,
nice.
and there's another play by Bonnie Tugol that you really got to appreciate for Paris. The skater who had taken out Lamoche to the infield was trying to roll her back, and Bonnie knocked that skater out and eliminated the need to recycle.
Some beautiful blocking there by Lilov on that last pass, holding the Paris jammer back.
So looking for points now is Paris, and Toulouse with that tenuous 2-point lead now, but they're not giving up points that easily. Lamoche now asking for some offensive assistance, getting through, calling. That should be 4.
Another star pass from Toulouse, with the star going to Champagne.
13-11 now. This, at least in the early going, it is back and forth. Star focus to the Sucker Punch Skate Shop start line, and that's Trash Panda for Toulouse. 4-4 in the pack.
For Paris, Star Focus pushing at the front of that pack, but Champagne holding really well.
Yeah,
really
pivot
nice
for
tripod.
Toulouse now coming in and laying the lumber down. Doesn't really spring Trash Panda right away.
Heard a whistle going there. I'm not sure who that was aimed at, but Trash Panda is your lead.
It's going to be one of the blockers for Paris. We'll catch the number in just a second. Sally Breuer, I believe. Athletic move by Trash Panda. Star pass going again to Bonnie to go. Oh, Trash Panda, that is an important statement jam for Toulouse in the early going, 8-0.
The problem with games like this at this level of intensity and pace is that I almost forget that I'm here to announce. You just get so absorbed in the action.
Just want to enjoy it. We just want to enjoy it.
Yeah.
And if you're going to play, you've got to have stamina. Crash Course helps busy roller derby athletes increase strength, conquer self-doubt, and create the habits of high performers to become all-stars and MVPs on the track and in life. Billy.
I'll tell you what, you might need something like that if you're going to beat Toulouse, because they've had 6 different jammers so far. We've had 6 jammers. One was a star pass though, so we did have Trash Panda on twice, but they're running a deep jammer bench, it looks like.
Yeah, Missy Hammer getting lead right now. Thank you, Sven, for that. Legs now through, but that's just the initial trip for Paris. Missy Hammer in control, gonna call. And 3 points. Yeah, I tell you, if Toulouse come away with the win right now, they owe maybe a dinner to Dock City for the workout that they put Paris through in the opening game here today. Dock City coming within 6 points of a massive upset, coming in at the 12th seed. Paris were seeded 5th.
So at this point in the game, we have 22 minutes left in the first period. Roller Derby Toulouse are currently standing on 22 points, up against Paris Roller Derby's 13. We have La Moche with the star for Paris, up against Kata for Nothing Toulouse.
Both teams at full strength, no clear advantage to either jammer. Try the outside, we'll try the inside, we'll try the middle. But so far these are very responsive, pliable walls.
We've had over 30 seconds of play in this jam and we haven't gotten past turn 2 yet.
No, Toulouse lose a blocker, now they lose their pivot. And that is going to spring La Moche. La Moche looks like that took a lot out, but regaining some strength as La Moche approaches the pack. This should be a relatively easy 4-point trip, calls the jam, and now Paris gets to start this 9th jam with a 4-2 pack advantage.
So La Moche has had 3 jams so far and has had 100% lead. So 3 for 3 on La Moche. And a little bit of penalty trouble starting to hit Nothing to Lose at this moment.
That's right. Triple A penalty box has, well, one blocker standing. That's Baboon.
And the pivot seated, meaning no opportunity for a star pass. So Mac is all alone on the track at the moment with no plan B until the pivot gets sprung from the penalty box.
Isn't that the case? But Toulouse doing a pretty good job of holding off Cass. Cass through now. Cass jammed sparingly in that first game against Dock City. Might be that Paris was holding them back for knowing that might be necessary in this game, Billy.
I think it may well be, and we know that Trash Panda is also famous for apex jumps, so I'm expecting a very exciting game. We've had a star pass, pivot out of the penalty box, comes and takes the star for Nothing to Lose. That was Sweeney, managing to pick up 2 points on that pass.
That was a mental blip for Paris. Cass, though, putting up 5 points, taking Paris to within 2, and well, finally, it's going to be 4-on-4 again, but Paris getting the advantage, starting 4-2 in the pack. Could have called that maybe a millisecond quicker, but what can you say?
That's Starfuckers with the start for Paris, and that's Trash Panda for Nothing to Lose. Trash Panda, one of those jammers whose stance and body shape makes them instantly recognizable on track. You can tell from quite a long distance away.
And really, the can opener motion that Trash Panda employs, attacking those walls, but nice defense there. That was Louvre rolling back, and finishing the job was Bonnie to go. Yeah, beautiful work. Okay, Trash Panda out. Lead jammer.
So only 2 points separating the teams at this point, but Paris starting to suffer a little bit of penalty trouble. With their blockers in the penalty box, they have 2, one seated, one standing. But that's all the advantage that Trash Panda needs to make short work of that.
Yeah, talk about short work. That took about 3 seconds to get through the pack. And Bonnie is out of jail, has the star, but just, it's like an instantaneous 8, perhaps 3 more. Yeah, an instantaneous 11-point swing in favor of Toulouse.
So that was the biggest jam we've had so far, but of course it's still early days. We have top jammers for Paris so far. La Moche has had 3 jams and scored 11 points of Paris's 22, so half of their points. Trash Panda, 3 jams, 23 points on a 100% lead. Thank you, Sven.
Leg cité again for Paris.
Jacques Decoeur for Nothing to Lose.
Jackie quick getting up, but then gone down again, and somebody's, ooh, harsh call against Jackie. So now we've got a power jam for Paris. Let's see what Legs can do with this.
13 points between the teams at this moment in time, so a very opportune moment for Paris to get a power jam. Paris on 22 points.
Well, if this can be killed, that's going to give you a hint of Toulouse's intentions. So far doing a good job.
Legs pushing and pushing against that front wall of Nothing to Lose, making them space out. They're having to drop blockers back to the bridge, and they have to let Legsite go. So
Jacques Decaire is released from the box. Legs on a scoring trip right now and living dangerously on the outside between turns 3 and 4.
I believe the pivot cover is on the track just around about turn 4.
I see it as well. Legs finally through for 4. Those are 4 very hard-earned points.
It's a very good penalty kill from Nothing to Lose.
Yes, yes. But Legs quickly into the pack. This could be a much easier trip. Legs will call, and at least 2 or 3, no, all 4. Paris needed that jam to stay close.
So Paris taking a big chunk out of Toulouse's lead. Currently 30 points going to Paris, 35 to Roller Derby Toulouse. And we have 15 minutes left in this first period. This is anybody's game, Gretchen, I have
Paris
to say.
setting up right on that sucker punch start line. They've got Lamoche now, who so far is the premier lead getter for Paris.
It's Missy Hammer with the start for Nothing to Lose, but Lamoche retaining that 100% lead status, getting clear of the pack on their initial, and now coming around for a first scoring pass.
That's right, and all of a sudden Paris are knocking again. Blocker going to be called for outside of the engagement zone, I believe, for Paris. Yeah, that's 17 looks. And Lamoche holding back to play defense, going to call.
Just waiting to see if, yeah, Missy Hammer picked up 3 points on that pass, and Lamoche scoring 0.
Lamoche looking to the bench, and I think that was a perhaps miscommunication. Asking for the call in any event, turning advantage to adversity right now. We'll see what Cass can do. The next jammer for Paris, taking on Trash Panda. Trash Panda immediately out on the outside. Lead jammer, 2 Paris blockers. I think that explains a little bit of it, Billy. Paris with 2 blockers in the penalty box and trying to run the jam a little bit maybe to get them back on the track.
Yeah, but then you've also got Trash Panda jamming for Nothing to Lose, who can turn yourself into smoke and then squeeze through any cracks that may be there that other people would not get through. So a first scoring pass for Trash Panda, 4 points on the board, coming around for a second scoring pass. Cass still stuck in that 2 wall at the front of Nothing to Lose, but they're gonna have to let them go.
Lachute to the penalty box for a multiplayer block. Cass now approaching, looking for more.
Oh, nice pass there, but some fantastic work from Toulouse. Lilov with the drawback on the Paris jammer, making life very difficult indeed. And we're going backwards, Gretchen.
Pretty soon we're going to be in another century if this keeps up. Or, you know, back to the last century. I liked the last century myself, but hey, that's beside the point. Trash Panda in control of the jam, though. Now, this should be the first 4 going up for Cass, and it is indeed, but now Trash Panda will be awarded, I believe, an additional 4.
Should be 4 points for that.
Yeah.
Just waiting to see. Yep, and there we go.
So
okay,
8-4 on the jam in favor of Toulouse, maintaining what
just under 13 minutes left in the first period. That takes Paris Roller Derby up to 34 points, but Roller Derby Toulouse holding that lead at 46 points. That's a narrow lead. We've had some massive jams in the last couple of games. Not so far in this game. We're going for a team timeout now. It's Paris.
Paris did the same thing in the Dock City game, and I think it really helped them out. I was very impressed. I don't know if you were watching that one, Billy, when Paris obtained they won an official review in the second period on an important back block call that allowed them to start the subsequent jam in a power jam start. It blunted Dock City's momentum, and arguably in that close a game may have been the difference maker. So Paris showing the technical wherewithal to know when to stop the clock, when to regroup, etc. We'll see how that goes.
Yeah, that was good management from. And wait, you asked if I was watching that. I was. In fact, I was producing for you, Gretchen. So I was here. I was all the way here. Yeah.
I was so focused on the game at hand, Billy, that I apologize.
It was an incredible game.
Wasn't it? Down to the wire.
Shaping up to be a very good game as well,
yeah.
I would say.
As we said, a quarterfinal game now, it doesn't mean that the winner's going to get a bid to global championships, but if you lose this game, you will not get a bid to global championships. So there we go with Lamache holding up that end of the bargain for Paris, getting out for lead again. Is that 5 out of 5?
5 for 5, yeah. For
Lamache.
Beautiful work from Lamache, just dancing through.
Exactly.
Goes to the outside, goes to the inside, sweeps up all the points, and comes around for another scoring chance.
Yeah, and Paris all of a sudden reorganized around Mac. Nothing doing. And now Mac sent to the 888 penalty box with star in hand. This timeout couldn't have been called at a better time for Paris roller derby.
So 4 points separating the two teams, and I do believe that Lamache is going to eat those points up right now. And we're
for
going to
breakfast,
have
sure.
a tie score on this pass. Lamache swinging around for a fourth scoring pass.
Mac sitting down right now in that 888 penalty box. We'll keep you posted on that. As now Mac is standing. Lamache may want to call this jam. Does indeed. 4 more. How about that? Paris with a flourish at the end of that jam. Take the lead.
16 points. Sven, is that the biggest jam we've had so far?
Unbelievable turn of events, and it's going to be a power jam start with legs at that sucker punch start line. Wait a second. Toulouse trying to field 2 jammers, and that's not going to work.
Whoops.
Somebody's got to sit down as an illegal procedure, don't they?
I think it should be the bench for that.
Yeah. Where's the captain? That's Sweeney, number 19. Don't see Sweeney on the track, but oh my. Official timeout as the officiating crew is going to have to mete out some justice here, Billy.
Do you know what? I'm grateful for the opportunity to draw breath because this game has been very intense.
Hasn't it, though? We want to thank you for watching, and we want to tell you about 187 Killer Pads, elevating excellence through continuous innovation, the pinnacle of design and technology. 187 Killer Pads.
Just waiting to see. It looks like everybody's getting back in position to get us back underway.
Yeah, and if there ever was a important need, yeah, it looks like Pivot now sitting down. Well, that's going to be Sweeney coming out to the track as captain, and Aggie Battery, the penalty box manager, asking for some clarification as well, because Mac was in the AAA penalty box with the star. We know that.
Do you want to hear some stuff about penalties?
Absolutely.
Okay, so penalties so far. Toulouse have had 10, but those 10 penalties have been across 9 players. Paris have had 7, but that's been across 3 players.
Ooh. Okay. So is there anybody in any particular penalty penalty trouble at this point? Does anybody have more than 2?
Louvre has 3 penalties. So that's going to be something that Paris are going to need to watch.
Yeah. Louvre, an important pack player for sure, has made some very heady plays that we've seen in the early going. Still 11 minutes to go in this first period. Seems like there's been an awful lot of action.
It does feel like it. I mean,
well, that's good clock management by both of the teams, I think, Billy.
I think the pace of the game can be kind of explained a little bit by the clock at the moment. We've had 19 minutes of play, and we've already had 15 jams. So that's been quite...
Yes.
Those have been punchy. Those have been quick.
Yes, that's right. So we could be well over 20. Okay. We are... justice is being meted out. Sweeney is on the line, however. Okay, so...
So the 888 penalty box, quite heavy.
Quite full for Toulouse, exactly. It's 2 blockers. Well, Sweeney's probably in the queue right now. Legs is out and in lead position for Paris. Mac does rejoin the action. Here we go. Legs pushing in the front. Mac gonna join in defensively. Cass getting into the act. Cass saying, go Legs, go. And Legs will call. Well done. Paris now up to 54. So an 8-point lead for Paris. They'll send Starfocus to the Sucker Punch start line. And again, the Paris pack really like to hug that start line. Toulouse seems to be happy letting it happen in the early going. Is that Trash Panda on the line for Toulouse?
Indeed. Sweeney, the pivot in the penalty box, but there seems to have been a little bit of confusion about where Sweeney was supposed to start. Penalty tracker is just talking to the penalty box manager to iron out any misunderstandings that may have been occurring.
Yeah, now, I guess it makes sense. When Sweeney took the track previously as captain, I believe Sweeney would have been in the queue to sit because there were already 2 blockers in that 888 penalty box for Toulouse. Paris making a switch now, sending Lamoche against Trash Panda, and that's putting that 100% lead jammer status on the line right now. Let's see.
So Paris potentially wanting to put their strongest jammer on against Trash Panda, the strongest jammer so far for nothing to lose.
Well, and that makes perfect sense. You might as well take advantage of these stoppages in play. Allows your your top jammer of the moment regain their freshness, be ready to go.
Have a little seat on the track behind the Sucker Punch start line.
That's what Trash Panda is going to do for sure. 1 blocker for each team currently in the penalty box, and that should make wide open spaces for both of these elite jammers. Interesting to see.
It will be interesting to see. It's always kind of interesting when you're a little bit light on track to see how much you put into defense. Do you leave your star jammer to deal with the defense on their own and try and hold back the other team's jammer? Or do you send somebody forward to do offense?
Do a little bit of offense. It seems as though, at least in the early going, Toulouse have concentrated defensively and let their jammers do the work, which they are more than happy to do. We'll see, though. You're right.
It is a relatively low-scoring game, I want to say. It's not been the lowest-scoring game that we've had so far.
No.
But comparatively speaking, it's relatively low-scoring, which means always a defensive game.
Yeah, I think that we did have a 16-point jam put up by Paris.
Yes, we did.
But I don't know that Toulouse has had a jam that profitable right now. Okay, 3-3, there we go. Trash Panda Lamoche finds room outside.
So Lamoche retaining that 100% lead and a star pass from Trash Panda.
That's Sweeney.
Sweeney.
Yep. But Lamoche in right now is going to get 4 and call or not. Paris speeding up. Lamache could have leaked a point right there. Oh, leaked more than one.
Yeah, that was slightly unfortunate. I
Yeah.
think there was a little bit, perhaps, of a delay in communication. I'm not sure where the delay was, whether it was between the bench and the jammer or between the jammer and the jam ref. But
Either way.
either way,
Yep,
3 points going
4-3 on the jam.
so a 9-point game currently. We have Roller Derby Toulouse on 49 points, playing Paris Roller Derby on 58 points with 9 minutes left in this first period.
Missy Hammer lead jammer for Toulouse. Toulouse needed that. They needed to stop the bleeding right now. Starficus at the front of the pack for Paris.
Penalty box uncharacteristically empty at the moment, so both teams with a full complement on track. Starficus just completing that initial. Both jammers now eligible to score and on a first scoring pass. So Missy Hammer takes the points and calls the jam.
Well executed 4 points for Roller Derby Toulouse. Nothing to lose, as their all-star team is referred to as.
I love that name. I do love a good roller derby name. I have a particular favourite as well. That Glasgow's A team is called the Iron Bruisers, which I think is hilarious. I love that. But yeah, nothing to lose. When they came to play in Yorkshire once, we couldn't fit the whole name on the scoreboard, and they
So what did it
shouted
say?
it to Now Toulouse.
Okay, Cass jamming once again for Paris, but Trash Panda out and in charge for Toulouse. 4-4. Guinness Paltrow into the AAA penalty box for Paris.
But a full scoring pass there being thrown up by Trash Panda, and both jammers now eligible to score.
Yeah, Trash Panda running this one, interestingly enough. 4-4 Cass.
Don't know if perhaps the Toulouse bench was thinking that perhaps they could hold back Rosienne a little bit better.
Might be. Determined defense up at the front by Bully Bunker. Finally, Trash Panda's through. And we are on a razor's edge right now. Toulouse getting ready to get a lead change in play for Trash Panda.
Sweeney and Billy the Keat being absolutely key in that roller derby Toulouse defence.
Yeah.
And that's allowed Trash Panda to sneak another scoring pass in. Roller Derby Toulouse have taken the lead back.
And Roller Derby Toulouse liking the pack situation, choosing to run this jam. Still 20 seconds to go. Trash Panda easily could pick up another 4. Oh, here comes the offensive assistance from Boole. Ooh, there's a wrinkle. There's a wrinkle. Trash Panda's going to have to call now.
So Trash Panda picking up 3 points on the final scoring pass there, taking that entire score up to 15 points.
And we have a lead change, 68-66.
Rosienne managing to put 8 points up as well. So is Paris's difficult game this morning going to have an impact in the second half in this?
It certainly could. We have an official review being requested by Paris right now. Oh, no.
It's a team timeout.
Team timeout.
It's an official review, but they're taking it as
using
a timeout.
it as a timeout. Now, that's smart management once again, because they're going to get another official review in the second period. So they will not get an additional timeout. So if they felt they needed a timeout, there's a school of thought that you make up something to ask for a review on, but now that it's common practice to just go ahead and use that review as a timeout.
Would you use a review with 6 minutes left in the half?
Something else could happen. You are right. You are right, Billy. But we'll see.
I'm cautious.
Well, And that could answer the question that you raised just a minute ago. Will that game affect Paris' legs in the second half? Well, they're just going to have to play, and we're just going to have to find out along with all of you at home. Here we go. One Paris blocker in that 888 penalty box right now, and Mac taking advantage. La Roche finally not lead, so in hot pursuit though of Mac. Mac knocked out. Bonnie doing that, so all 4 points picked up by Toulouse. That was a very tidy jam.
So Roller Derby Toulouse, having taken back the lead in the last jam, extending that by a further 4 points. We have 5 minutes left in this half. Currently we have Paris Roller Derby on 66 points, Roller Derby Toulouse on 72 points, and 2 Paris blockers in the penalty box.
Kata with the start for Toulouse, immediate lead at 5 seconds. Legs now for Paris. And Toulouse might be licking their collective chops right now, seeing what's happening, but we saw Paris blast back earlier in this period in a similar situation, so we shall see. That's another hit and quit, though, and that seems to be Toulouse bread and butter right now.
Short, intense jams.
Missy Hammer rolling to that sucker punch skate shop start line against Star Focus for Paris. Actually, a 4-3 pack advantage for Paris right now. It's something they need right now, as Toulouse have extended the lead to 10.
Star Focus opting to go through the middle of that pack, but currently being held back very effectively by the Toulouse defense.
You are correct. Missy Hammer up front, and now Paris just going all in on defense, leaving Star Focus on their own. Oh!
And a jammer penalty being issued to Missy Hammer. With it.
Every once in a while.
High block.
High block is the call on Missy Hammer, and Star Focus thought that there was an open outside line. Toulouse quick to reform up at the front of that pack, and this is a gruel fest right now. 55 seconds in, a little bit of track position gained, but not really a relative advantage for Star Focus.
Yeah, still no lead jammers being called at this point.
No, Missy Hammer back to the action. Of course, lead is out of Missy's reach on this jam, but it's tenuous at best for Star Focus right now.
So lead is out of the question for Missy Hammer, but points are not out of the
question. Not at all.
If Missy can get around and get in a scoring pass before Star Focus is released. And there's Missy Hammer, initial pass completed. Still have 27 seconds left in this jam.
Well, you've got to look at this pack right now for Toulouse. It's Champagne doing really serious work. Billy the Kit as well. 4 points going up for Missy Hammer after a trip to the penalty box. This one could hurt. We have a star pass now to Bonnie, or at least an attempted star pass. And Bonnie looks back just distraught.
So a 2-minute jam, we haven't had very many of those so far in this game.
No.
And that's taken us up to a 14-point game. So Paris currently sitting on 66 points. Nothing to lose on 80 points.
Yeah, and Toulouse couldn't have drawn that up any better. If you're looking to grind Paris down, that's exactly what they did in that particular jam. But La Moche, back to the jam line. Let's see, for Paris. And La Moche! Again. Confidence must just be welling up within La Moche right now. Trash Panda is out, but Lamoche getting some offensive help now, spinning around, will call. And don't count Paris out as long as they've got Lamoche in a head of steam, Billy.
10-point game as things stand. We're going to have at least one more jam in before the half.
Yeah.
But Lamoche, that was just a masterclass in jamming, wasn't it?
It sure was. And just most of the leads have been in that 4 lane. Mm-hmm. But Lamoche able to hit it differently from jam to jam. It's not always the same move.
Right.
Here we go. This is Mac with the star for Toulouse. It's Cass for Paris. Cass finds room outside. Cass has such good body control.
Mac also clears the pack on that initial pass as well. So both jammers now approaching for a first scoring pass.
Cass gonna call.
Cass gonna call while momentum was still going and almost catapulted into orbit on that front.
1 point's better than none. So
nobody's calling a timeout at this point. So it
I
looks
don't
like we might
believe
run into
so.
half-time.
Yeah, Paris going to be content sacrificing 9 points at the first half. Going to regroup, put together I'm sure a determined second half, Billy.
So we're going to give you some peace and quiet for about 15 minutes. We're going to come back in with about a minute or two to go to the second half. This is going to be really intense. I might need to lie down in halftime, Gretchen. I don't know about you.
I think it could happen. Yeah. Such action. Roller Derby Toulouse 80, Paris 71.
This is the totally redesigned Lifer visor helmet from S1. Featuring our patented fusion foam, this helmet has the impact protection you've come to expect from an S1 helmet and is both multiple impact and high impact certified. Our new custom visor is made with a high impact polycarbonate lens, which is optically correct and features our patented cover catcher, which allows for multiple covers to be worn with easy on-off. The outside lens has an anti-scratch coating, while the inside has an anti-fog coating. The outer shell is equipped with in-mold mounting hardware, so that the visor can be removed and replaced if needed. The S1 Lifer visor helmet, where innovation and function are actualized.
Ready to make 2-minute jams feel easy? Tired of second-guessing your training routine? Want to feel more confident when you step on the track? Then Crash Course is for you. We turn skaters into MVPs. If you started Crash Course today, in 4 weeks, you'll be less tired at the end of a 2-minute jam. In 8 weeks, your footwork will get you to the line faster. And in 12 weeks, you'll be the skater that everyone wants in their pack. Scan this QR code to learn more. Life is a contact sport. Win.
Hey folks, did you know that your head is not normal? No one's is. If your helmet size is a small, but your teammate's size is an extra large, wearing the same helmet shell doesn't just look kind of funny. The functionality of the EPS foam and how it disperses impact energy is compromised.
The 888 certified sweat saver comes in better shell size options than our leading competitor,
giving you the highest level of protection upon impact. Try it for yourself. We've got you.
This is the totally redesigned Lifer Visor helmet from S1. Featuring our patented fusion foam, this helmet has the impact protection you've come to expect from an S1 helmet and is both multiple impact and high impact certified. Our new custom visor is made with a high impact polycarbonate lens, which is optically correct and features our patented cover catcher, which allows for multiple covers to be worn with easy on-off. The outside lens has an anti-scratch coating, while the inside has an anti-fog coating. The outer shell is equipped with in-mold mounting hardware, so that the visor can be removed and replaced if needed. The S1 Lifer Visor helmet, where innovation and function are actualized.
Ready to make 2-minute jams feel easy? Tired of second-guessing your training routine? Want to feel more confident when you step on the track? Then Crash Course is for you. We turn skaters into MVPs. If you started Crash Course today, in 4 weeks, you'll be less tired at the end of a 2-minute jam. In 8 weeks, your footwork will get you to the line faster. And in 12 weeks, you'll be the skater that everyone wants in their pack. Scan this QR code to learn more. Life is a contact sport. Win.
Hey folks, did you know that your head is not normal? No one's is. If your helmet size is a small, but your teammate's size is an extra large, wearing the same helmet shell doesn't just look kind of funny. The functionality of the EPS foam and how it disperses impact energy is compromised.
The 888 certified sweat saver comes in better shell size options than our leading competitor,
giving you the highest level of protection upon impact. Try it for yourself. We got you.
This is the totally redesigned Lifer Visor helmet from S1. Featuring our patented fusion foam, this helmet has the impact protection you've come to expect from an S1 helmet and is both multiple impact and high impact certified. Our new custom visor is made with a high impact polycarbonate lens, which is optically correct and features our patented cover catcher, which allows for multiple covers to be worn with easy on-off. The outside lens has an anti-scratch coating, while the inside has an anti-fog coating. The outer shell is equipped with in-mold mounting hardware, so that the visor can be removed and replaced if needed. The S1 Lifer Visor helmet, where innovation and function are actualized.
Ready to make 2-minute jams feel easy? Tired of second-guessing your training routine? Want to feel more confident when you step on the track? Then Crash Course is for you. We turn skaters into MVPs. If you started Crash Course today, in 4 weeks, you'll be less tired at the end of a 2-minute jam. In 8 weeks, your footwork will get you to the line faster. And in 12 weeks, you'll be the skater that everyone wants in their pack. Scan this QR code to learn more. Life is a contact sport. Win.
Hey folks, did you know that your head is not normal? No one's is. If your helmet size is a small, but your teammate's size is an extra large, wearing the same helmet shell doesn't just look kind of funny. The functionality of the EPS foam and how it disperses impact energy is compromised.
The 888 certified sweat saver comes in better shell size options than our leading competitor,
giving you the highest level of protection upon impact. Try it for yourself. We've got you covered.
This is the totally redesigned Lifer Visor helmet from S1. Featuring our patented Fusion foam, this helmet has the impact protection you've come to expect from an S1 helmet and is both multiple impact and high impact certified. Our new custom visor is made with a high impact polycarbonate lens, which is optically correct and features our patented cover catcher, which allows for multiple covers to be worn with easy on-off. The outside lens has an anti-scratch coating, while the inside has an anti-fog coating. The outer shell is equipped with in-mold mounting hardware, so that the visor can be removed and replaced if needed. The S1 Lifer Visor helmet, where innovation and function are actualized.
Ready to make 2-minute jams feel easy? Tired of second-guessing your training routine? Want to feel more confident when you step on the track? Then Crash Course is for you. We turn skaters into MVPs. If you started Crash Course today, in 4 weeks, you'll be less tired at the end of a 2-minute jam. In 8 weeks, your footwork will get you to the line faster. And in 12 weeks, you'll be the skater that everyone wants in their pack. Scan this QR code to learn more. Life is a contact sport. Win.
Okay, so we're about to get back into the second half of this action, Gretchen.
I tell you, Toulouse had Paris within their clutches, and Paris escaped, keeping it close in this first period. What do you see from the jammer battle between Lamoche and Trash Panda?
Well, so far, Trash Panda's had 7 jams, Lamoche has had 8. Trash Panda's come out slightly ahead on points with 46 versus Trash Panda's 35, or versus Lamoche 35. But Lamoche has had the advantage in terms of lead, 87% versus Trash Panda's 71. So, yeah, it's been a very close game, and it's been close in other areas as well as score and
penalties,
lead.
I believe, 12-12. Did I read that correctly? Yeah. Not much separating the teams. Like, they know each other so well at this point. They've played 3 times within the past calendar year. Paris taking 1 by 4 points. Toulouse taking the others, by significantly more, but not really blowout range. So, again, as we said at the beginning, Paris having to expend a lot of energy in that victory against Dock City in the early going. The 12th seed really pushing Paris to the limit. Paris able to get that win. Let's see what they can do against Toulouse in this second period, Billy.
Yes, indeed. So I'm going to see if the any of the jammers getting stuck are going to make more use of the old star pass. We've had Toulouse passing the star 4 times against Paris' 3, so Depends who you've got on pivot, but Paris, certainly with Bonita Gueule and other pivots playing, certainly could possibly make more advantage of that.
Cité out very quickly. It's Missy Hammer faking the star pass. Now going to try it on their own, but legs into the pack for points right now. Missy Hammer through. One thing Paris need is prompt calls. There were a couple, if this game is going to go down to 3 or 4 points, there were a couple of calls in that first period that may have donated 1 or 2 to Toulouse. Okay, here we go. That's the matchup. It's the marquee jammer matchup, isn't it, Billy?
So we came back into this half with a 9-point difference between the two teams, and Paris have already taken 4 points off that. So now currently standing at 5 points. We've got La Moche, we've got Trash Panda, we've got ourselves a battle.
We do indeed. Again, La Moche just finding room outside normally, but now goes to the knees. Trash Panda rolled back by Louvre. La Moche lead again.
And a star pass.
That's Champagne for Toulouse. Well, a goat was procured by the Paris pack. Nice work by La Moche. That should be 2. It is. Paris will take a 2-0 procession at this point. 3-point game.
It's going in the right direction, that's the thing, as long as Paris have the ability to keep racking up those points.
888 penalty box, empty so far. So both teams to L'Excité again for Paris. Those who were wondering whether that first game of the day took anything out of Paris Jammers' legs, I think not.
Very, very tight defense on both teams coming around turn 2 rather.
Yeah.
And legs is called lead jammer. It took about 15-16 seconds to get a lead on that one.
Mac in pursuit for Toulouse.
Legs calls the jam, just waiting to see. No points going up on that.
Correct.
Paris's strategy at the moment seems to be hold Toulouse to 0.
Yeah. Well, that's not a bad strategy. Sometimes there needs to be a little more, but we got Cass coming up now against Missy Hammer. Still nobody making the trip to that 888 penalty box.
You're just tempting fate now.
I know, but the one thing that we're noticing is that Toulouse have the bench closer to that sucker punch start line, and they're the ones that are taking advantage of that position right now. Missy Hammer sprung for Toulouse, their first lead of the second period. Cass still held back.
So 4 blockers at the back for Paris, holding all 4 in defense, trying to stop Missy Hammer from getting through. As we said, I think that Paris' strategy currently is holding Toulouse to 0 points. And Cass clearing the pack, coming around for a first scoring pass. Missy Hammer taking direction from the bench, calls the jam.
Calls, and 2 points picked up per team. Wow. Okay. Cass really hustling towards the end of that jam, getting a high five from La Moche. As La Moche enters the field of play, Champagne sitting in the 888 penalty box for Toulouse. So it's going to be a 4-3 pack advantage for La Moche. Trash Panda with the star for Toulouse.
Pivot in the penalty box means no opportunity for Trash Panda to pass the star, which they did to great success in the last jam.
That's right, and a late comer to that penalty box is very bad. So it's a 4-2 pack. Oh, now Toulouse hemorrhaging blockers. La Moche through, calls the jam 4-0. Paris take the 1-point lead, Billy.
This is some game.
Often imitated, never duplicated. Stick with the best. 187 killer pads, and we have a timeout being called by Toulouse. Is that a surprise, Billy?
I think it's a very good time to call a timeout. I think you want to stop some of that momentum that Paris had going on there. I think Paris have used the stopping of the clock to their advantage.
Yes.
I think Toulouse are doing exactly the same here.
That's right, and that'll bring the timeouts to even as we enter the last 25 minutes of play. Both teams will have 2 timeouts at their disposal, plus their official review that's replenished at the beginning of this second period. Paris now, they have to believe. And I think, they can take that Dock City game a number of ways, and it appears they're choosing to take it as, that was our wake-up call. We need to play, for each other, and we need to put on a smart performance. And so far in this second period, they're doing exactly that.
They are doing exactly that. We've had 5 jams in 5 minutes so far, with a 30-second break in between. Everything kind of shows how quick that action has been. There's been a lot of speed so far.
3 pack players in that 888 penalty box for Toulouse right now. Starficus gets out another lead for Paris. This is Mac now. Mac ridden out by Lux. Toulouse blockers getting ready to rejoin now.
Starfuka is now having a little bit of difficulty dealing with Lilov at the back of that Toulouse pack.
Pulling another penalty though. Bonnie Tagoul up to mischief in that pack. Bonnie, as we mentioned in the first game, just such a smart player. 4 points going up for Starfuka, and no need to call right now as Mac finally threw on the initial trip, and Star turns around, calls, and he points on that second trip too. So 6-0, Paris extend the lead to 7. Very bad sheep still in the 888 penalty box. That's going to bring up Trash Panda versus Leg Cité for this next jam.
Toulouse blockers just clarifying something with the referees. Always good to see. And we have an official time out.
Okay. Well, this official timeout reminds us of the importance of stamina and training in a demanding sport like roller derby. That makes me think that Crash Course might help you. Crash Course helps busy roller derby athletes increase strength, conquer self-doubt, and create the habits of high performance to become all-stars and MVPs on the track and in life. And to that effect, Leg Cité, another lead jammer for Paris.
So far, since half-time, Toulouse have scored 2 points in 6 jams.
And
so
Paris has all the leads. Leg's gonna call, might have leaked a point there, not gonna be sure.
A point and a ghost point, I think you'll find. Just waiting to see. Oh, hello.
Just one.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
2 points. The ghost point being picked up then. Okay, so that's 4 points in 6 jams from Toulouse, and a 10-point game at the moment. Currently, we have 23 minutes left on the period clock. In fact, 23 minutes left on the game clock.
Correct.
Paris currently sitting on 93, Toulouse on 84 points. Missy Hammer with the star for Toulouse, but it is Lamoche takes lead jammer for Paris.
Lamoche, only one jam that Lamoche has not achieved the lead. This is just an inspired performance by the Paris jammer. Wriggling through the pack right now, calling in the nick of time, getting all 4-0. That is, I don't think you can do it any better than that, Billy.
I don't think so. So this is, as we were saying earlier, this is a quarterfinal game, isn't it?
Yes.
So
yes.
The winners of this game will go on to play whom?
They will play the winner of the next game, it's going to be the winner of Antwerp versus London.
That's going to be one to watch as well.
Yes. Okay, Mac with the star. Mac really looking to get out and in lead for Toulouse, able to do it. Cass ridden down by the Toulouse pack. Now Cass has to accelerate. Pushed out.
That's Lilov again.
Yeah. Good defense. Good defense. Toulouse calling the jam now. That'll be Mac picking up 2. Might have had an opportunity to get a couple more there, but I'm not going to question tactical decisions at this point.
No, I have no idea what the bench can see. I always wish, watching roller derby, that I have about 8 more pairs of eyes than I actually have, because you can't, you can never see all of the action.
Exactly. Trash Panda with the star now for Toulouse. And the first outing for Moshe Mashi for Paris. Paris been holding back Moshe Mashi this game, but Trash Panda able to get out. Bonnie may have gotten away with a little bit of a handsy block and a last-ditch attempt to knock Trash Panda into the infield.
Did not see that. So Trash Panda dealing with that Paris defense without any support from the Toulouse blockers.
No.
But Trash Panda equal to the challenge. Pushing those blockers further and further apart, they have to commit to the bridge, and eventually they have to let Trash Panda go, and there's 4 points going up on the board.
Yeah, Billy the Kit still standing in that 888 penalty box.
No
now
relation.
we've got an even pack. How about that move?
Sweet.
Yeah, Trash Panda can retake the lead on this next scoring trip. Keep that in mind. Bonnie to goal says, not on my watch.
Yeah. Bonnie Sagiel being one of the absolute standouts this weekend so far.
Indeed. Boy, and Moshe Mashi getting the business from this Toulouse pack so far in this debut jam, if I'm not mistaken. So now, no reason for Trash Panda to call this jam. Moshe Mashi just not able to get out.
Other than crushing fatigue, I expect.
Yeah.
that
could be.
Wall. That would be a good reason.
4 more. And Toulouse retake the lead. 10 seconds to go. Trash Panda could get more. Okay. Mosh finally through Moshe Mashi, but that was a punishing jam.
That was a big, big jam for Toulouse.
Indeed.
Just waiting to see if any points were scored on the last scoring pass for Trash Panda.
Does not
So
appear
12.
so. I see the
I think we've had all the
officials
points.
conferring in the infield. They're ready to go.
Yeah,
They're happy with 12.
So a 1-point game.
Yeah, Leg Cité now versus Missy Hammer. Both jammers having to recycle, and Legs is cutting.
Oh, and a power jam to nothing Toulouse. Toulouse with a 1-point lead at this stage in the game. 18 minutes left on the clock. Paris currently sitting on 97, Toulouse on 98, and Missy Hammer in a power jam situation.
Indeed, here comes the offense, and Paris holding firm as best Paris can. Kiki Frenetique, the last line of defense.
But the nothing Toulouse defense, they're holding a Paris goat, managed to stretch the pack out to allow Missy Hammer to clear the pack and get lead jammer status.
That's right.
So
Legs released.
Legs released. Missy Hammer on a first scoring pass takes the 4 points.
Oh, now is
a foot
Toulouse
race.
looking to run clock this early? I wonder. Missy Hammer going to call off, so perhaps not. Certainly surveying the scene before calling that jam, though.
Yeah. Just waiting for a signal from the bench to what the bench wanted them to do.
5-point game right now. And an empty 888 penalty box.
And a team timeout being called by Paris
by
now.
Paris. Legs was gesticulating to the bench during that trip to the penalty
Yeah.
box. certainly assured that the track had not been cut, but I'm sure that most jammers, when they're called for that penalty, feel the same way, Billy.
Quite possibly, yeah. You kind of have a feeling yourself whether you have or haven't.
Sure.
Sometimes you kind of throw your hands up and go, yeah, it's a fair cop. But then other times you're like, no, absolutely not. I know exactly where I was.
Well, and the funny thing about that is, without that confidence, you probably would never be a good jammer. But that doesn't mean you're right.
So Paris hasn't scored in 3 jams, which is presumably why it's a really good time for a timeout to be called.
Completely.
But Paris also haven't had a lead in the last 3 jams.
Yeah, they started off with a barrage of leads. Those first 8 jams, 6, 7 leads.
But it was that massive jam from Trash Panda that really kind of took Toulouse back into contention in this game.
Yeah.
And enabled them to take back the lead.
Okay, Lamoche with the star for Paris. We've heard that before, and it's Mac for Toulouse. And Toulouse devoting a full pack against Lamoche, and a multiplayer block is going against Lilov.
Lilov has been an absolute thorn in the side of Paris this entire game. Some of those soul-crushing knockouts and drawbacks. I'm sure Paris would probably relieved to see Lilov taking a seat for 30 seconds. I would, for sure.
It's a reprieve. For sure. Boy, neither team with a lot of advantage, though. These both defensive formations just so precisely managed.
Paris committing Bonnie Taguiol to offense there, trying to make the space for
and
Lamoche.
It finally works. Lamoche, still another lead. Still a minute to go in this jam, and if they can't spring Mac, well, Toulouse might have to concentrate on defense again.
58 seconds then for Lamoche to clear the pack and be called lead jammer.
Yeah, Kiki Frenetique trying to give offensive assistance.
I can give offense from a very great distance.
I can take offense, but I don't know that matters quite so much. Okay, 3 put up. Paris needed that jam. They certainly needed to get back on the board, get a lead, and it really seems to be what the situation is.
Yeah, again, effective use of a timeout there to break momentum, shake things up a little bit.
Regroup. Exactly. We've got Legs versus Trash Panda now. Both teams at full strength. We're down to the 15-minute mark, approaching rapidly. Ouch.
Legs with 2 blockers left to beat at the front, and Legs takes lead jammer status. So one of the
Trash Panda faking a star pass and now electing to go it alone. Legs into the pack now, needs some offense, gets it from Kiki. Legs will call, and that's what Paris have to do at this point, it appears. 3 at a time, and they will retain the lead. This is a game of margins right now, and the margins are very narrow indeed, Billy.
They indeed are.
Starficus getting ready to go against Missy Hammer at that sucker punch start line. 4-3 pack advantage for Paris. And look at Bonnie getting out in front and plowing the road for Starficus, now turning around and being a sniper on Missy Hammer, but Missy Hammer beats the odds. Lead jam for Toulouse.
Starficus still stuck in that pack, and again Lilov being instrumental in that defense. Now being committed to the bridge.
Yeah.
Trying to keep the pack, keep the Toulouse blockers in play.
And it seems like Toulouse almost willing to cede the penalty or concede the penalty in order to hold up Star as long as possible.
So Nina Backdraft doing a fantastic job on blocking until the fact that they went out of play. But yeah, some really, really good blocking from...
Kind of a quick call-off.
Do you see that scoreboard, Gretchen?
We certainly do. 1 1:03. Nothing's been settled after almost 47 minutes of roller derby right now, and I got a feeling these next 13 minutes are going to be full of fireworks. It's Cass versus Trash Panda right now.
Did you just basically say we might as well not have been here for the last?
Well, I think Paris would have liked that, actually, because they had to play a game earlier this morning.
We
If
could
they
have just
could have
started
said,
from
let's
here.
just play a
Yeah.
13-minute game, they would have been fine with that. Cass just clamoring to stay in bounds right now, called for the cut. That is a tragic situation for Paris fans. Trash Panda in control now.
And who's the last jammer you want on track for Toulouse if you're Paris
Well,
right
that
now?
would be Trash Panda.
So 4 on the board, Toulouse reclaiming that lead and coming around for a second scoring pass.
Yeah. And going low, and ooh, that was a, somebody's going to go home, and it's going to
It's gonna be
Trash
Trash
Panda. Home to the 888 penalty box. Blocking with the head is the call. Now, Cass still needs to complete that initial trip through the pack. So
53 seconds left in the jam for Cass to get through. 30
Yeah.
seconds of those without Trash Panda on track. Trash Panda in a scoring position.
Paris, yes. Paris committing to hold a goat in the back of the pack, but Cass not quite able to get out. Trash Panda released from the 888 penalty box. 25 seconds in the jam. So this could end in Toulouse's favor, actually, despite the trip to the penalty box for Trash Panda.
Just about 10 seconds left in this jam.
Well,
Trash Panda currently completing a second scoring pass.
that's
And
right.
that's the end of that jam. So no points scored by Paris. And another 4 going up on the board
Yes.
for Roller Derby Toulouse.
Toulouse back up to that 8-point lead, all achieved in that last jam.
So 111 points for Roller Derby Toulouse with 11 minutes left in the game. Paris Roller Derby currently standing on 103 points. And an empty penalty box going into this jam, which is the 15th jam of the second half.
And La Moche at the line. Official timeout on the track.
Okay, so
La Moche, at this point, probably to the Paris advantage to get a little extra time,
I would
catch
say
the
so.
breath. I mean, what an extraordinary performance in this game. We're talking about a close to 80% lead percentage for La Moche
Yeah, La
against
Moche.
a quality team like Toulouse.
Absolutely. They are currently standing on the Sucker Punch jam line, waiting for those officials and referees to have a conversation. It's not an official review, it is an official timeout, so I'm not quite sure what's being discussed at this moment in time.
Correct.
But I can tell you about Sucker Punch Skate Shop, which is
Let's
the biggest,
hear about 'em.
It's the biggest roller derby shop in Europe. They do fast shipping, they have the largest stock, and they do the best advice at the best price. And they are actually here in Baltiskahallen in Malmö if you wanted to go
Check
and
out their
them
wares. Sure. Well, they've been there's been plenty of action at that start line all day long, and that is again the Sucker Punch Skate Shop start line. It's Mac with the star for Toulouse, La Moche for Paris, and La Moche again with lead champ status.
So I can't tell you what that official review or what the official timeout was for, but I can say that it didn't result in anybody going to the penalty box.
Exactly. Mac is out. La Moche is awarded 4 points. And La Moche will call. So 4 at a time for Paris. That might work. That halves the lead of Toulouse.
Yeah, so another 4 points at this point from Paris would see them drawing level.
Yep.
La Moche has had 5 jams in the second half and had 100% lead in the second half. So I think only the first period. 1 jam, I think.
That is
Is the
astounding.
only jam.
1 blocker from each team in that penalty box. We've got Legs Sate taking on Missy Hammer. Missy Hammer dancing to the outside. Lead jammer Legs goes down in the... Oh, and call for a high block. Oh, that is a crushing blow for Paris as Missy Hammer in control of this jam now.
So a
And-
big jam from Nothing to Lose at this point could do real damage to Paris's chances.
It certainly could. We're under 10 minutes to go now. Yeah, this just amplifies the... Oh, look at that. Missy Hammer just hitting that pack with the perfect speed and the perfect trajectory. Nothing that Paris could do. Legs is out of the penalty box. Valiantly jumping the apex to complete the initial trip, but Missy gonna call that jam and assert a 16-point lead with 8:25 to go.
Well,
So 1 timeout available to Paris and, additional points put up at the end now. So, 15 on the jam. Big jam.
massive jam for Nothing to Lose at this stage. They haven't had the balance of the lead jams in this half, but when they have,
They've made them count.
they have made them count, and it's going to be difficult. We've seen nickel and dime from
Yeah.
Paris. We haven't seen big blasting jams that have built up loads and loads of a cushion. So Trash Panda currently with the lead jammer status coming around to score again. This is the last thing Paris needs at this point in the game.
Exactly, and Lamoche sent to the 888 penalty box now, waiting for the call.
So rare for Lamoche not to get lead, and even rarer for to pick up a penalty.
Exactly, and Trash Panda with 4 points in the pocket looking for more, and all of a sudden, if you're a Paris fan, you're starting to think maybe we better call another timeout. They seem to really respond to those stoppages of play, Billy. It might just have to happen here. Trash Panda kind of languishing at the front of the pack. Not gonna push the action too hard. We'll get the points.
Paris still has 1 team timeout that they can call on, as well as 1 official review left for the period. So they do have the opportunity to stop that clock.
That's right. Now that's going to be 12 now, and that's a just like that, a 31-point lead asserted. Seems, just 5 minutes ago, Paris were in a tenuous lead, but my, how the worm has turned. Trash Panda milking the clock, and who can blame Toulouse for doing that right now?
Absolutely. Everything is now suddenly in Toulouse's court. They have the points, they have the clock advantage, they have lead jammer status.
Yeah.
So another 2 points going up to Toulouse, making that a 14-point jam for roller derby Toulouse,
And all of a
holding
sudden-
Paris to 0 points again.
Yeah, all of a sudden a 33-point. That could be by far the biggest advantage of the game in favor of Toulouse right now.
So Sweeney currently in Toulouse, currently on track, is on 6 penalties. And that's the only, and there we go with the team timeout. So yeah, another smart
Okay,
move
yeah,
from Paris. That's exactly
yeah.
what they need at this point. They've had really good results.
They
They've
have,
employed
they
the
have, and
timeout.
there is still time. 5:38. They just need to get one of these big jams rolling their way, of course, and easier said than done against any team. But again, we've mentioned it a couple of times throughout the broadcast, but there are no secrets between these two teams.
Yeah.
They've played, at French championships, at Euro Cup. They are the two preeminent teams in France, quite frankly, and over the last year or so, Toulouse has really established themselves
The one thing I would like to point out at this stage is that in the second half, we have seen Paris kind of keep up with Toulouse for quite a lot of that, but their biggest jam in the second period was a 6-point jam.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the time for 6-point jams is past now. If Paris are going to, if they're going to turn this around, then they're going to need to pull out a couple of massive jams.
At least a multiple trip. Yeah.
Yeah.
A multiple trip scoring output. Okay, L'Excité now versus Mac. And Mac is... Well, Mac's not out yet. Somebody's headed to the
Big
box.
loud whistle.
Yeah, it's a back block going on Bull. Okay, it's a quick lead, but Mac is out as well, pushing the pace.
Yeah, this is not the jam that Paris need at this point. Hit it and quit it is not going to cut it.
No. Paris leg's going to call, though, and does get all four. So 4-0, it's a start.
It is a good start.
Sure.
But there's still 29 points between the two teams. Paris currently stand on 111 points. Roller Derby Toulouse on 140. And there are under 5 minutes left on the clock.
Lamoche will face off against Missy Hammer. It's a 4-3 pack advantage in Paris' favor.
29 points.
Here we go. Lamoche needs to get out quickly and does. Oh, look at that body control, keeping the one hand out of bounds, but that means you're in bounds.
Toulouse, as soon as Lamoche got out, Toulouse blockers went back.
Oh, Lamoche got the points, but is going to have to go back and get them again because that skate did go out this time. Lamoche quickly inserts the 4-point trip, though. Completes it. All right. Well, Paris not giving up, Billy. Far from it.
Absolutely not. I mean, there's 25 points in this.
Yeah.
So what can Paris do?
We're going to ask Lamoche that question right now. Well, you've either got to call or run. You can't slow down. The clock is against Paris right now. Lamoche is going to call.
Lamoche
I
looks
hope
winded.
Lamoche is okay, yeah.
I'm hoping that's all it is.
Might have been a knock picked up on one of those determined trips through the pack. 7 points on the board. Of course, the clock is running right now. Lamoche.
So Lamoche called.
And Nina backdraft, showing love for each other. Derby love is what we like to see.
So Lamoche called the jam off, is
Correct.
that correct? So
Correct.
the jam wasn't called due to injury or anything,
No.
so Lamoche won't have to sit out.
Correct.
Okay.
All
22 points. The lead is down to 22 points.
3:24. Okay, here we go. L'Excité and Trash Panda. Trash Panda knocked out by Bully Bunker. Bully in the process of a rollback. Paris devoting the defense to holding off Trash Panda right now. Legs pushing up front. Legs is lead jammer.
25 seconds before a lead being called in this jam. Trash Panda with star in hand has no pivot left to pass the star to, and L'Excité takes all the 4 points.
Trash Panda now still not through on that initial trip. All of a sudden, the lead's only 18. Legs going airborne. 4 more.
The lead is now down to 14 points.
14
Toulouse still holding at
points.
14 points ahead, and Paris are still holding Trash Panda.
That's right. This is exactly that inspired jam that Paris needed, and L'Excité delivering. Oh, until a track cut.
Oh, that was unfortunate. Legs is going to be gutted about that.
Oh, it completely dashes the hopes of L'Excité and all of Paris right now, but it's not completely over because Trash Panda's still not out of the pack on an initial trip, Billy.
We've got Lilov sitting in the penalty box for nothing to lose at the moment, but we have had Sweeney, who was on 6 penalties has picked up another penalty, so Sweeney has now found that.
Okay, Sweeney gone. Legs is up, Legs is released, and so Legs actually has the opportunity to get those 4 points before the end of this jam, and does.
Right, so we have a 10-point game, and the crowd is going wild. We have 1 minute and 10 seconds left on the period clock, and 10 points between the two teams at this stage. So Paris at 130, Toulouse on 140. Who's going to take this game, Gretchen?
Well, you could, Mosh is now having a conversation with the officials about, I think, the exact question that you had brought up. And Lamoche, under the impression that the jam where, picked up a knock was called off, and now we're going to get a clarification. Oh my. Yeah, that looks like what's happening.
Okay, so Lamos.
So Legs Cité will have to take over the responsibilities of jamming in this could be last jam of the game. A lot on the line. Mac with the star for Toulouse, and Legs Cité, who just put up a 12-0 jam, ready to go for Paris. Here we are, Billy. Nothing will be left on the track. I guarantee you that. Mac wrestled to the floor.
If Legs get out first, then this will have to be the last jam of the game because they're 10 points down.
Exactly.
And nothing less than a 2-point pass will do. And it is Mac for Nothing Toulouse, who is lead jammer. Mac just needs to run down this clock. They have 10 points in the bag.
That's right. And insult to injury for Paris, unfortunately. 4 more. So, yeah, the period clock down to 13 as Mac might as well. Now Legs has to go to the penalty box. So, game is effectively over. Mac, just, it's all over but the formality now. Mac looks, calls, that's it. Oh, what a game, Billy.
What a game indeed. I have to say, I am absolutely privileged to have been on the train for this game. It was incredible.
You and me both, and Paris almost able to do it. I'm sure Lamoche was under the impression that that jam was stopped by a motion of to the hips, but then again, the officials are the ones who have to recall that, and it's not Lamoche's call to make. It's the officials' call to make.
So, Roller Derby Toulouse finishing that game on 144 points. Trash Panda had 15 jams for Roller Derby Toulouse and scored 82 of those points. Absolutely massive from Trash Panda.
Yeah.
So the score has been finalised. It officially is 130 points to Paris, 144 to Roller Derby Toulouse.
So, well, we now know that Toulouse, Nothing Toulouse, will have the opportunity to play for a place in the semifinal. Well, they are in the semifinals. They will be. Will they have the opportunity to get a bid for the global championships? Maybe so. The way they played this one, it's a distinct possibility. However, London v. Antwerp coming up next, and Toulouse is going to get the winner of that one.
Well, I'm going to be glued to this next game to see what comes next. It's been an absolutely exhilarating first day of this European regional tournament here in sunny Malmo. I have been Billy No Skates. Thank you very much for your attention with our wonderful presenter Sven.
Absolutely, and I'm Gretchen Little. Thank you so much for watching. Yes. So,
Oh yeah, they're there.
other.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I'm ready.
Billy's just got to try and get a script.